Hey, this is Raulh of Please Act Right. I did a video on Brittany Renner 4 months ago on October the 30th, 2021. Brittany Renner's gonna pay. I had no idea it was gonna happen this fast. Recently, she was interviewed by Cam Newton, and she is now admitting men are showing her no love at all. Check it out.
Say less. So let's get right into it. What's the biggest misconception?
Watch out for her. That's what they would say.
But why?
I feel like people think I'm a gold digger, and if I was a gold digger, I wouldn't be a very smart one.
But what are the athletes? None of them use condoms, really. So if y'all really want to try to come up off a check off a man, I mean, you could just, athlete, they're really dumb.
They think that I'm just out to manipulate men.
So if y'all really want to try to come up off a check off a man, I mean, you could just, athlete, they're really dumb.
And I feel like people don't really, I don't know, I'm just a small town girl from Mississippi. I'm from Ocean Springs, Mississippi. I just have big old dreams. And I feel like it does suck to be categorized as those things because money has never moved me.
You're a small town girl, but you categorize yourself as that with them videos that you put out there. Did she forget about those videos?
I'm from money, never had a sugar daddy, don't have a rich family. I really got it out the mud myself. So I feel like to be looked at as a villain, you know, you had said in your one of your interviews, you know, it was like, they don't ever show the childhood pictures of the Joker. It's like that same thing here. It's like everybody has an opinion about what they see. It's like I had a whole life before this.
Has anyone out there seen her or talk about her past when she was this sweet little hometown girl she's describing herself to be? Because I haven't.
So it's like to be seen as a villain or some man-eater is like, that's not even who I am. Like I'm a crybaby, you know what I mean? I'm crying in the car, you know? So I don't know, it's just, it is tough, but you know.
Yeah, I'm just unpredictable, unforgiving, beautiful, yet dangerous. Like Mother Nature, you're right. I have lost my mind. And I don't wish to find it.
Let's be honest. You've been in that limelight enough to know you can spot a sucker from a mile away. How can you, or what gives you the notion to rank the type of men that you come in contact with on a day-to-day, and what makes you respect them?
If I can be completely transparent,
Let's go.
I feel like ever since I put out my book in 2018, there was definitely a decline in interest, like DM-wise. And I think now, because I've been painted as such a villain and I leaned into that role, there are a lot of men that fear me. Like I'll see them in my story views, you know what I mean? But it's like nobody's really going out of their way to pursue me.
Be sure you pay attention to what she just said. She said she was painted to be a villain and she leaned into it. She's gonna tell you she prepared herself to be a villain in just a minute. Stay tuned.
I think it's really different being a woman in that situation versus like my baby daddy. You know, women will flock to him and not think twice of it. But to me, because I use my mouth, because I am on platforms, because I tell the truth, a lot of men want to steer clear of that.
Of course it's different, men versus women. Women are gonna flock to him regardless because the majority of those women are just after money. Know what I mean, Brittany? Men are coming after you because they wanna have relations with you. Your book has nothing to do with it. Even if you hadn't have written the book, you'd be in the same position you're in now. Because it's like you said, because you're using your mouth. You're running off at the mouth, telling everybody's business, and none of these men want to take a chance because they know that you do the same thing to them that you did to your baby daddy.
So dating and like where it is now, there's not a lot of people that are like, hey, I'm interested, by the way. And you would think like guys are horny, at least they want to right? No, it's like, it's really Sahara Desert in this bitch, like.
So this woman who is intelligent enough to write a book is now pretending that she doesn't know why the high-earning guys are avoiding her. Really?
In my prom, I used to wake up to like, a bunch of good morning texts. It's like now, it's just me.
I said it in the video that I made in October, she's gonna pay. And all them videos that she put out there are biting her in the butt now.
And I feel like at this point in my life, that's what I need because I've always put men and love before me. And it's like now I have no choice but to like sit down and like, where am I going? Like, who is Brittany Renner? Like, what makes me happy, you know?
After things haven't gone as planned, Now she's trying to figure out what she's gonna do with her life. Something she should have done 10 years ago. Do you notice these women are doing the same thing over and over and over again, not learning anything from the woman before her? Does the name Corinne Stephan ring a bell? More about her in a minute.
But can you blame them though? Like,
Blame them for what?
I'm Cam Newton. I'm not about to hit no DM with no Brittany talking about, hey, yo, what's good, what's poppin', where you at? You in Atlanta? I see you in Atlanta, boom, slide through.
But why not?
Because I don't want to end up in your book.
Why not? She can't be serious. She's pretending like she has no clue. Forget the book. He doesn't want to end up getting played like you did your baby daddy and then get plastered all over the internet. Your baby daddy getting played by you is one thing, but the next guy, he'd be the fool of the century.
Because in a lot of ways, I felt like you had to do what's best for you, and you did, and you capitalized on it. That was to the discretion of somebody else.
No, it wasn't at the discretion of someone else. It was at the expense of someone else.
You know what I'm saying? And whether you felt like that was what you needed to do to get on, I'm saying that from a person in my seat, I don't feel like my time is being respected and protected.
Brittany's past and her displaying her and her baby daddy's business all over the internet is covered by April Mason in this video. High money earning men know who Brittany is and they're steering clear away from her because of this.
Your legacy is connected to the type of woman that you have on your arm. Look at Jeff Bezos, look at Elon Musk. They all went through a divorce. It wasn't all over the internet with baby mamas and stuff. Those women understood the assignment. They chose women that, I'm not saying what may have happened in the marriage was right, but at least they chose wise women to know how to have some decorum and how to handle themselves in situations like that. Yeah. But no, these over here, all your stuff all over the internet, all over the blocks, because y'all choosing women that don't have nothing to lose but will help you lose everything. And when you understand that, legacy men, and that's probably why I deal with so many of the celebs and things and high earning entrepreneurs, because they don't know how to choose women. And it's like, you talking about legacy is built and the dynasty is built when you have a wise woman on your arm, not the candy. The candy is good to play with, but you can't build with that.
After Brittany made all those videos, every man is now listening to counselors like April Mason and being careful with who they choose to build their legacy with. Now remember what I said earlier, she's gonna tell on herself, and here it is.
Anyone. I read Superhead's book in high school, loved it.
And there it is. I read Superhead's book, not Corinne Stephan's. Corinne Stephan's wrote a book and told the whole world that she slept with athletes and rappers for money, condos, cars, and trips. And what is Brittany pretty much doing? Pretty much the same thing. She read Superhead's book in high school and she decided that she wanted to gain some of the same things that Superhead gained. So she's replicating what Superhead did. But what she's not paying attention to is she's gonna reap the same thing Superhead reaped. No man with any real value is gonna want her. And it's starting now.
She named because this got a 6-inch, this is that. I put dildo in his eye. Right. I don't have to do that. I don't even have to put myself in a position where I have to go to court because you guys have already reported on so many things. All I do is just make the title just a little bit to where if you, Dancing with the Devil, Soul Tied with a Songbird, Flag on the Play, who could she be talking about? I never named anybody. So I think it's really interesting that you're saying, steer clear of Brittany Renner. She's gonna put you in a book.
Notice she says, I never named anybody, but she's following right in Superhead's footsteps. She just found a way to write a book to avoid being taken to court by any of the guys that she mentions in the book. Basically, she learned from Superhead's experience on what not to do to lessen the chance of being taken to court and paying court costs. Basically, she's just a newer version of Superhead, but she can't understand why a high-earning man doesn't want to deal with her. Really?
But I just let y'all run with it because y'all gonna make me my money.
Exactly. It's all about the Benjamins.
And I'm telling you, I never read your book. But if I were to go to my home, if I open my phone up right now and I go to a group chat and I say, hey, bruh, guess who I'm talking to right now? Boom. It's gonna be negative. I ain't gonna lie.
It was fun.
I swear they will.
And if I gave them the time of day, for real, stop. You fall in love. Stop playing. I don't care. Y'all always like, oh, I would never wife her. Yeah, okay.
If she's all of that, and she's saying that guys will fall in love with her, then why is she still single and can't get a guy, the type of guy she wants, to do the bare minimum and smash her?
Yeah.
You don't know me. You've never met me. You don't know how I am behind closed doors.
Right.
Maybe not, but we know who you are in public, which is why none of these guys want to be bothered with you.
So my question now is, what's your type?
I wouldn't even say that has like a label to it, like, oh, it's athlete, or oh, it's rapper, or oh, it's corporate America, or whatever. I just kind of feel like, I don't really know. I feel like
Notice she says she doesn't really know, but she uses examples of high-earning careers.
And I'm like, where am I really supposed to go from here? Because it just is like my type and all these other things, all these other factors, all these things that I thought were important. I'm like,
See how she's all over the place and she doesn't really know what she wants? Ask a man who's been with a large amount of women what he wants, and watch 95% of them be precise in their answer. See, women can't do what men can do because women think emotionally. And if she gets with too many men, monkey branching, all it does is confuses her. Remember this video?
And by time I was ready to sit down, I was already in my 30s, and I'm like, oh shit, like I've done give away my most precious years to just partying and being on a scene. And now that I'm in my 30s, I'm trying to date, and I really don't know what I like.
Only about 1% of women are able to be with a lot of men and then pull off a healthy relationship.
Could you date a regular guy?
I've done that already. That's what I'm saying. I've worn a few hats.
I've already done that means no. She won't date a regular guy. She just doesn't want to say it because she doesn't want to come off as a asshole. But the truth is, she's had a taste of the good life, and she knows a regular guy can't provide that lifestyle that she prefers.
Who is willing to step up to the plate? Because real is real.
Right.
Whether you are a 9-to-5, or whether you're a lawyer, whether you're a rapper, whoever.
Can you expand on step up to the plate for what?
Step up to the plate meaning, because let's be quite frank here. You said you have 7 kids, multiple baby mamas. I have 1 kid, 1 baby daddy. People look at me as damaged goods. We're not even factoring in the perception of social media because that's already a lot with just having a kid. Then you're adding, oh, she's social media, Instagram famous. Oh, she's dated these types of guys. Oh, she wrote a book?
Not the book.
I mean, who is gonna step up? You gotta be a fucking unicorn, it feels like at this point, to take on the challenge of like, I don't give a who calls me a simp. I love Brittany Renner for her.
Show of hands. How many guys out there would seriously date her, even if she didn't have a kid? Anyone? Anyone? She's using her having a child and writing a book as the reason that no man wants to date her. It's her messy ways. It's why men that she wants to date don't want to have anything to do with her. And she's not going to take accountability for that. Notice she's never mentioned anything about all them videos that she made, showing the world who she really is.
And I don't know what that guy looks like, and I honestly cannot stress. Like, I can't worry about if he's over 6 foot or if he plays a sport or not. I don't know. Because at this point, me being me and seeing the options that are laid out, I'm like, it's slim.
It's low.
It's slow. It's dry season, I'm not gonna lie.
Well, get used to the dry season, Britt Brat, because it's downhill from here.
Are your parents still together?
My parents were never together.
So you're coming from that background.
Right.
How are you going to brace yourself or prepare yourself to go into something that you don't even have a great figure to mimic?
I mean, I don't feel like you need a figure to mimic to be able to emulate it. So I think for me, I've always really wanted, one man, family household, that's it. That's why I left college at Jackson State after a year and a half. That's why I just recently moved from Los Angeles, California to Charlotte, North Carolina to be with my baby daddy. So it's like, I feel like for me, just because I've never seen it doesn't mean I never had the vision of it. So I don't know, I just kind of feel like it's just something that is instilled in me where I do believe in love. Maybe I've never seen it, but that doesn't mean it doesn't exist and doesn't mean I can't have it. I don't need to see it modeled to want to do it.
Yes you do, Brittany. And I mean, especially you. You need a model to follow behind when it comes down to relationships and marriage and how to navigate through it when things don't go as planned. When you're in a relationship or in the midst of separating, especially when you're with somebody that's in the limelight, you don't go on social media telling strangers how you manipulated the other person or putting their business out there when everyone knows who you're talking about. Everyone that's listening to her rants about her and her baby daddy know who he is. She clearly needs an example of someone grown to teach her about discretion. If she did it once, who's to say she won't do it again to the next guy if things don't go as she planned it? Here's the bottom line. No man in his right mind is gonna date her. But let's say there's a guy out there that's willing to take that chance. First off, he's gonna get clowned by everybody he knows and on social media for dating her. Secondly, how can he know for sure that she's not just playing a role? Imagine if he gets her pregnant and she yells, "Gotcha!" Can you imagine how many "I told you so's" he's gonna have to face from people that he knows? Not to mention the social media backlash that he's gonna have to deal with. It's just my humble opinion. But Brittany has hung herself for life when it comes down to getting that high-earning man she wants. I could be wrong, but we'll see in time. Remember, I did a video saying she was gonna pay in October, and that was just 4 months ago. And here she is, proving me right. Ladies, take notes. If you decide to play people just to try to get over, it could come back and bite you in the butt. But the sad thing is, once you put yourself out there like this, there's a 99% chance you can't undo it. So if you decide to follow in Brittany Renner and Superhead's footsteps, you sure better make sure it's worth it before you do. Hey, somebody had to tell you, and I love you, so it might as well be me. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell to get notified when I post a new video. I post a new video every week. And in the meantime, will you please act right? Don't act like Brittany Renner and Superhead. My name is Raulh. See you in another video. So if you enjoyed this video, check out one of these 2 videos right here. I'm sure you'll enjoy them too. And if you like, you can visit my channel. I have plenty of videos there. Go ahead. Don't be scared.